Yeah. What's up, everyone? My name is Onyx, and finally, I got to making a My Hero video. Finally. So I'm gonna do a pretty simple tier list video. Who's the strongest in Class 1A? Like the strongest character, strongest, people in the middle, people that are just trash, garbage, and pretty much I have 5 tiers. I got S tier, which is pretty simple to understand. They're like the best characters in the series. A tier, very good characters that are like close to the best, but aren't there just yet. And B tier, they have potential to be very good or the best. And C tier, they need to do more work. They're just there. They're just in the series. They're just in the background. And then I don't even give them a tier. They're just trash. This is just a trash tier list where there's just trash characters. So I guess I'll start off with trash. So this is what any question, any doubt. This nigga the most trash character in the series. Trashiest character, Mineta. One of the creepiest perverts. Like there's other perverts in other animes like Sanji, Master Roshi, but they're usually very humorous, very funny. He's none of that. He's just some people might find him funny. I don't find him funny. He's very scary to me. He makes very intense faces and he's just so creepy. And his powers aren't all that. It's nothing like he just throws balls. Pause. Purple balls at everybody and he bleeds after he throws like a good amount of them. So I don't know how he's gonna get better. Maybe he'll surprise me in the future, but I don't see him ever being good in this series. He's probably just gonna be comic relief this whole time. And okay. After him, who? Anima. I'm gonna put Anima higher than him because Anima probably smokes him. Anima, I like him personally. A lot of people don't like him. He just seems like a nice guy. His design is so, but I like his ability. He can talk to animals, bugs, and stuff, creatures. And I feel like if he did become like less socially awkward and he was had like more of a presence in the series, because he's been mostly a side character. No, like he could be in Class 1B. People wouldn't. I could tell people he's from Class 1B, and people be like, "Oh, you're right," because they don't know. Nobody knows about him like that. He really hasn't gotten any shine in the shows yet. There was parts I think in the anime and manga, but it's like you forget about it. It's kind of sad, but I want to see more from him. I like his ability, so we'll see. I put him a bit higher than Mineta, but he's trash too. Anybody else trash? Let me see. This bitch, I can't even see her. Right here. Invisible Girl or Choru. Um, her power, I don't think it's even invisibility. It's actually, I believe, light refractions. But I haven't, like, just like Anima, even though her quirk's good, she hasn't done anything. She's just there. She could be in C tier, but I'm gonna put her here because I haven't seen shit from her. Some people think she's the traitor. If she is, at least give her some character development or something. She's just there. In the series where there's a lot of characters, it's hard to give everybody credit, but I'm feeling these guys will get. Mineta actually gets a lot of spotlight being so nasty. These two not so much. Her a little bit, but this nigga nothing. All right. So after her, who else? Ayuama, this nigga. Oh my god, this dude is the sussest character in the series. Him and oh my god, this guy. He has actually his quirk. I wouldn't say it's useless or anything. He's just useless himself. He uses light. He shoots a beam of light from his stomach that moves super fast. And if you guys watch any shows, speed of light, power of light is very strong, very destructive. The only reason he can't use it, he gets stomach aches. He has upset stomach diarrhea. And I don't know if they have Pepto Bismol. They probably do in the My Hero world, but this nigga always needs Pepto Bismol. And he's just trash. Nothing more I can say, nothing less. Like that, he just trash. Alright, so that's the 4. I think these 4 are solidly trash. If you guys don't agree, you guys can comment down below, etc. Alright, so C tier. This is where a lot of characters, C and B, you can see a lot of characters in this tier. Because that's where they fall in. And from this class at least. need to do more. So C tier, they need to do more. So characters, I'm gonna put the lowest in C tier is probably, where is she? Jiro. I like Jiro a lot. She has like the rockstar vibe going, and her quirk is pretty cool. If she gets stronger, it does sound like waves, like shoots like air waves with the sound and stuff, right? Vibrational waves. So it'll be pretty cool. But mostly, I feel like if they use her, she'd be like a partner or a sidekick type character, where she accompanies maybe like Uraraka, Momo, or somebody, right? And she just does reconnaissance. She can hear stuff. She hears on people, the villains. She actually had a pretty good role in the first My Hero movie, right? There was a scene where All Might got captures and he's in the first floor, and I think her and the Deku in the group are on the top floor. She plugs her earplugs on the ground, and she's able to communicate. They're able to communicate with All Might because of her. They can hear what All Might's saying slowly, and All Might, I guess, is able to read their lips, etc. So she has a good role. She has her ability is pretty cool, but she definitely needs to do more. She falls behind a lot of the characters, but I think she's solidly better than everyone below her. So after her, I'm gonna go with my boy Sugar Man. This man, he's powerful. Like if he eats like a honey bun, he's pretty strong. He's very strong. He could definitely do a lot of damage. But he himself doesn't seem like he's very like capable of doing like too many great things. Maybe if he went to a Cinnabon or like something crazy, like he went to Cheesecake and had everything on the Cheesecake Factory menu, he'd probably be as strong as Deku. But I don't know. Right now he's just in that middle spot. Or not even the middle spot, he's just below the middle spot. He's not exceptional, he's just average as a hero. So I put him in this range. Maybe in the series we'll see him go to a Cinnabon and then he puts get Deku or Bakugo down. But right now we haven't seen any of that. So I'm gonna put him right here, right above Jiro. So right after Sugar Man, I'm gonna go with Mina. I like Mina personally. She's one of my more favorite characters in the series. She got the alien pink vibe. I like her design. I like her personality too. She's like outgoing. Her and Kirishima were actually in middle school together, and Kirishima looked up to her in a way because she was very like, I guess outgoing. She was always out there, not in a bad way. She always tried to do the right things and be like a positive hero. That's like most heroes should achieve to be like her. Good character, and I feel like she's gonna get a good amount of love in this series. And her abilities are acid related. I think her hero name is Pinky, but she can shoot acid, which is actually pretty good. I think she could use one to like give her like a cloak, skin cloak, or like just acid. There's always characters in any series, any shows, any games, or anything where there's poison or acid abilities. And she has the acid. She can shoot acid. Nothing I guess she could poison her enemies and stuff. So it's a strong ability. She just needs to train more to do better. But that's why I put her in the needs to do better. All right. After Mina, let me see. Probably go with Sero. Sero and her can go interchange depending. I like Sero. His abilities, his quirk, I should say, is tape. He be swinging with his tape like when Spider-Man be swinging, he be swinging all over with tape. So I wonder if he just has regular white tape. Maybe he can do something else. But I feel like his quirk is actually to capture villains very useful. He can just tie them up super quickly, like multiple ones. Just shoot them everywhere. So for like weaker villains, he can just tie them up, and he can save a lot of time like that. And yeah, he's honestly the most average character in this class. Like nothing super exceptional, nothing super bad about him. He's just in the middle. His quirk seems average, and some people think it's trash. I think it's pretty solid. Like for having tape, like it's not crazy, but it's kind of cool. Like you swing around. His tape's heavy enough to hold them, grapple people, etc. He gets similar like Aizawa, who doesn't use tape, but he has like these, I guess, half metal stuff where he can capture villains. So I can see him get to a point where he can do stuff like that, and he's gonna just keep improving for sure. Oh, I forgot this nigga. Oh man, Tail. I'll probably put Tail below. Ooh, I'll put Tail a little bit in the middle. This dude, same thing with Sarah. They're just regular. All this guy has is a tail. He be hitting people with his tail. What else can I say? Yeah, he just hits people with tails. His tail. I think, yeah, I think that's the C tier. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's pretty good right now for C tier. Alright, I'm gonna start going to B tier. The lowest in B tier, I'm gonna put my boy Soji. Soji is one. I like his design a lot. His ability is pretty interesting too. He has like really big arms, 6 big arms. I forget how the number, but he has 6 arms. He has something similar to like if you guys ever watch Parasite, the alien that's on the guy's hand. He could do that with his quirk, and he can communicate with other people like that. Like he doesn't even know how to speak. He can make his fingers speak for him, and his defense seems really good. So I feel like he could anybody below him, he could take a lot of damage from them. And if he gets an attack on them, he probably wins versus them. Maybe Mina could put him out, but I feel like he can solidly handle anybody below him on this tier list. So right after Soji, I'm gonna go with Suyu or Froppy, as her hero name is. So she pretty much she's just frog. Her abilities is frog related. To She has a long tongue where she could like I guess eat flies or just capture people, like similar with Sarah, how Sarah can capture people. She can use her tongue to capture villains, toss them around. She can jump high. She has like I guess frog martial arts type things. Because I remember in internship, she even though it was a filler arc, they show her training. She said she's really good underwater. When League of Villains invaded UA, she had a pretty good role with her and Deku and Mineta fought off a lot of villains, and she did a lot of. She definitely helped. She was one of the main sources that helped them survive that fight. So that's why I put her in the B tier. Solid character, definitely gonna grow. She probably can end up in the A tier range. And she's definitely right here. She's probably in the middle for me in the whole class when it comes to strength. So above her, I'm gonna put Denki. Now this people might not agree. People might think Denki's like with these guys because he's stupid. He's like with Mineta. Him and Mineta always hanging out. But his quirk, he has like an electricity quirk, and anything with lightning, electricity, you know that person has to become broken eventually. Like that's one of the most strongest quirks, one of the strongest abilities in any series you see. You're gonna see somebody with lightning, electricity. That's just so strong. He's just stupid himself. He doesn't know how to use his quirk. Him and Ayuyama, like they don't know how to control their quirks, even though they're so good quirks. But I put him higher because I feel like his output of electricity, if he hits any of these guys, they get knocked out instantly. But in the process, he becomes an idiot retard. No offense to anybody. And I feel like there's a theory that he's the villain, not the villain, like the traitor as well. And he's probably acting dumb. So if there's ever a part where he actually is, I'm a very big fan of that theory. I hope it's true. If he's the traitor and he betrays everybody and he's just crazy strong, like say like Todoroki's level, that would be sick. So I put him in the B category. So right after Kaminari, I'm gonna put my girl, Momo. I think Momo is really strong. She has probably one of the best quirks. So I think her quirk's better than everybody's here. Kaminari is gonna get up there crazy for sure, but she can definitely get like a rubber suit to counter anybody. Anything she wants to do, she can counter anybody here and above too. But the reason I don't think she's beating anybody above her is because of her mindset and how she was raised. She was pretty much, I guess, I'm not gonna call her a spoiled kid or anything because she doesn't act that way. She's just a rich girl, so you could tell she was pampered, and she doesn't really. She's kind of like how would I say it? Like she's kind of self conscious of herself. And to be honest, even though she gets a lot of love from the community, I think a lot of people say she's the best girl in the series. She's actually like doesn't. All of her stuff is like feels like filler. Even in the manga, like she just does her thing. Nothing as important as say Ochaka, who I put right above her. I think is a better character than her personally. Ochaka has like psychic abilities, telekinesis, something along that way. She touches stuff, they can float, and she's been training in martial arts where she's probably in the girl besides Suyu. She probably has the best hand to hand combat, and And I think that's where Momo lacks, because when they did their internship, she was training, she was, I don't know, jamming it. She was training, but she was just being a fashionista. She was just modeling up, which do your thing. But Ochaka is trying to get rich, by being a hero. I respect that. Momo's already rich, because of her family, which is fine too. But her mindset is what puts her down, and I feel like Ochaka, she definitely has to get stronger too in the mental game. But I feel like versus Momo, she's better for sure, and she's definitely gotten a lot stronger. And I think she's the strongest girl in the class 1A, if not all the classes. Okay, so I think right now all these guys we can see to A tier and S tier. We're up to the good parts now, finally. So the lowest for A tier, I'm gonna put Ida. I like Ida. He's a he's a guy that just follows the rule. He's very straightforward. Kind of annoying sometimes because of it, right? But his quirk is he's pretty much he has like a speed quirk, which he has engines in his shins or his kneecaps, not his kneecaps, like the back of his feet, and he can just go really fast. He can accelerate. He has a muffler and stuff. I think now that so he can't like burn himself out. So he's gotten a lot stronger, especially after the Stain arc, where Stain almost killed his older brother, and he wanted revenge. And then Deku and Todoroki pretty much saved his ass. So Ida is definitely strong, and I think he's I think he is the smartest in the class. I think him or Momo, he's number one and Momo's number two. I think Deku or Bakugo are number three and four, and I think Todoroki is right under that. I don't remember, but that's where I think the rankings were at when it came to like class intelligence. So I think that's why Ida right there is solidly the lowest in A tier. He's gonna improve a lot because he wants to catch up to these guys for sure. He wants to catch up to Bakugo, Deku, and Todoroki, and he definitely sees that there's a hindrance. Especially I remember the first episode or the second episode where he saw or is it third episode? I forget where they both competed. It was Deku and Ida. When Ochaka was getting in trouble, Ida ran away. He's like he got his points. He's dipping, but Deku stayed behind to save her. He didn't care about his score at that point. He's like he has to save Ochaka. But and then Ida was upset at himself. He's like, oh, if it wasn't a test, he would have definitely done it. Would he have? I think right now he's trying to act more like Deku and be a better hero. Sure, the quirk comes first, being better, following the rules come first. But sometimes you have to not follow the rules to be a good hero. You gotta take risks. So for that reason, I put him in the bottom A tier. And right after Ida is Kirishima, one of my favorite characters, the Red Riot. His quirk, I feel like him and Ida, that would be a great fight. Ida is speed, and this is all defense, speed versus defense. And I put Kirishima right above him. We're gonna get some more on him on the manga for people that ain't who aren't caught up in the manga and are just anime watchers. You're gonna get some. Our boy's gonna get some love. So his defense, I feel like, is better than Ida's speed. So in a battle of attrition, Kirishima will win, in my personal opinion. So I put him right above him, and I want to definitely see like the hero, like you know how Deku has All Might, Deku and Bakugo have All Might. Kirishima has a guy named Crimson Riot. That's why his name is Red Riot. So I want to see how strong that guy is in the future. So hopefully we get some on that. And now the strongest in A tier. Pretty much I wanted to put him in S tier, but I think he's solidly A tier. Tokoyami, the Dark Shadow quirk. His quirk is so strong. The reason he's in A tier, everybody above him can either well, I don't know if Deku could even handle him during the nighttime. Bakugo and Todoroki both had to work together during the forest training arc to get Todoroki and Tokoyami away from like danger and stuff and put him in an area where they can contain him. Because his quirk in the dead of night goes out of control since he's still working on controlling his quirk. And light spoilers, you guys gonna see in his internship he worked with the number 2 strongest hero or number 2 ranked hero. So when we get more information on that in the anime, be aware. And he himself, his quirk is super strong. Definitely can keep up with these guys, if not beat these guys. That's why I put him solidly the strongest in A tier. Alright. And now finally, The best three, the big three, S tier. So I'm gonna start it off. I think the weakest in S tier is Todoroki. People might not agree with me with that, but why Todoroki is below? He personally, just like Bakugo, they have broken quirks. He's half fire, half hot, half cold, so he can control huge amount of fire and huge amount of ice. And he can control his body temperature because of that. His father, who's the number one hero right now, can throw a huge amount of fire, but because he's human, he can only do fire. His body overheats. But Todoroki does not suffer from that since he has an ice quirk from his mother. He can balance the temperature in his body where he can output so much fire and ice that he's just literally indestructible. But the problem why he lacks, what a lot of these characters lack, is close to combat experience. He's not that good hand to hand. He's a mid range and long range fighter. So most of his opponents don't even get a chance to see him because he just freezes them from afar. But these characters, the people I put above him, I feel like can close a distance and just solidly put him down. So for number 2 for S tier is Deku. People might not agree with this either. Some people think he's number 1 right now, but I think after the fight with him and Bakugo, it showed that Bakugo just had better experience with his quirk. He had his hand-to-hand combat was maybe a little bit better than Deku's. And right now, Todoroki did beat him in the sports festival, but at that time, Deku had like almost no knowledge. He could only use, I guess, 5%. He couldn't even control his quirk throughout his body. He was just breaking his fingers. But right now, he's able to surround himself with his quirk, with one for all. And I feel like his speed can definitely close the gap with him and Todoroki. And if he's close to Todoroki, there's a scene in the manga with Todoroki where he has to deal with close to hand-to-hand combat, and he was lacking for sure. You guys will see eventually, hopefully. Um, and Deku definitely he excels in that. That's most of his thing. But what he doesn't excel in is mid-range and long-range attacks. That's what Todoroki excels in. So in that aspect, this could go either way. I wouldn't be upset. Like I said, if you guys want to change up the list, I'll post a link below. Just tell me how you post it down. Let me know what you guys think, if you guys agree or disagree. But for that reason, I feel like he's just getting stronger and stronger. And so is Todoroki. And now, number 1, Bakugo. What can I say, man? He's like in Japan, he's everyone's favorite character. He's Japan's number 1 character. He's actually like always, I think he's won every number 1 popularity tier list in Japan. If not, Deku won one. But these are usually it's between these 3 always. And Kirishima. Kirishima's either like number 2 or number 3, or 3 or 4, fighting with Todoroki for that top spot. So Bakugo, just like Todoroki, right? His parents gave him they had 2 different quirks. His mother, I think, had glycerin, and his father had nitrogen. So when they had a kid, Bakugo, he had nitroglycerin, which is his quirk, which allows him to cause explosions from his sweat. So he had his suit has these grenade arms, and I'm assuming the suit makes him sweat, maybe like a sauna suit that you wear in the gym. And he's able to contain all the sweat in his arms and just launch huge amounts of explosions. And his power is so destructive. He's so broken. It's definitely one of the stronger quirks, if not the strongest quirk in the class right now. And his hand-to-hand combat is right up there with Deku and Ida for sure. I think these 3 are solidly really good when it comes to hand-to-hand combat. Well, Ida's mostly kicking, and so is Deku. But Bakugo keeps up. Because I remember, I think when Deku and him fought, Deku was in 8% where he was super fast and strong. Maybe as fast as Ida at that point. Ida's probably faster now. And so is Deku. Deku's going to keep getting stronger. But Bakugo was keeping up with him with just his regular quirk. And Deku, and I think the show was stating that his reaction time is so good. I think he has the best reaction time compared to everybody else below him in the series. Maybe Ida's higher, just because he's speed related. But I think Bakugo is probably even better than his. And he's very fast, very strong. He's similar with Deku and Todoroki. They all work super hard. Like I remember in the first few episodes where Deku was just training in his chair, like while they were in class. He was doing like he was just doing a sitting pose to proper balance, and Bakugo was doing the same thing. A lot of people didn't notice that, but these two were they both want to surpass All Might. So does Todoroki. But the reason why I put Bakugo above these two, Bakugo, he knows who he is. He doesn't nerf himself. Todoroki didn't fuck with his dad. He didn't mess with his dad. So he didn't want to use fire. Deku's the one that inspired him. That showed him that that's your quirk too, man. Use your freaking quirk. Stop being a bitch. And that's why now Todoroki's getting super stronger. He definitely has a stronger quirk, one of the strongest that can probably definitely compete with One for All. And the fact that now he's trying now, if he gets his close combat down, he can definitely be the strongest. Imagine his close combat skills is better than Bakugo's. I wouldn't I'd put him higher without a question. But Bakugo is definitely has the best reaction time, one of the best quirks, and is he did not from as a kid he knew he was strong. He knew he was a shit. So he's out here. And Deku is just gonna get stronger. He's gonna be the strongest in the series. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Deku and these three have to offer as the series keeps progressing. Alright, and that's the tier list. Like I said, I'll put the link down below. I think you guys can do a tier list too. Let me know if you guys want to see anything else, maybe My Hero related. I might do another tier list. I don't know if I'm gonna do an anime. Maybe I'll do like a One Piece. Who are the strongest supernovas? Since we got a lot of information with those right now in the manga. And I might do a cartoon one. I've always wanted to do an Ed and Eddie one. It's so stupid, but I legit feel like there's so many characters in that series. You can like definitely say who's the strongest and who's the weakest in Ed and Eddie. But yeah, just to break it down from the beginning, S tier, the strongest number one is Bakugo, number two is Deku, number three is Todoroki, and for A tier, the strongest is Tokiyami, Kirishima, Ida, and B tier, number one is Ochaka, number two is Momo, number three is Denki, number four is Suyu, number five is Shoji, and C tier we got Zero, Mina, Sugarman, Tailman. I don't remember the names. It's kind of sad. It says it right there, but it's so bright I can't see it. Tailman, Jiro, and I'm not gonna even say these guys' names. But yeah, that's the video, man. If you guys liked it, give it a like. You know what I'm saying? Hit that sub. Peace.